welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are so excited to be introducing our little snow globe products and also our poinsettia background stencils. These new products are so fun because they work great on their own and they work great together, and that's why we've combined them in this really big video today. In this video we're going to show you all the stamp sets, we're going to show you how these really cool reveal wheel dies work and how the stencils work, and we're also going to be creating these 6 gorgeous cards. So let's go ahead and check it out. First up, we have our little snow globe dog stamp set and its coordinating dies, and this set is so cute. And there is a reveal wheel little snow globe dog add-on which helps you turn that adorable stamp set into an interactive card. And we also have some awesome templates that make it easy to line up together, and in this video we're going to be showing you how to use the stamp set on its own and also with the reveal wheel add-on and the templates. Then we have our little snow globe bear stamp set and its coordinating dies, and this little bear is so cute and he can be used on its own just like little snow globe dog, or he can be used with this really awesome reveal wheel little snow globe bear add-on, which has this cool template that I can't wait to show you guys how it works. And it also has the templates to help you line up your stamped images on the wheel. And once again, with this product we'll be showing you how to use it on its own and also with an interactive reveal wheel. We also have our little snow globe add-on stamp set here, which has some really cute phrases that you can add into your snow globe. And what's amazing about all of these stamp sets is that they can mix and match and work together. So you can use all of those little images in all of the different snow globes, and so we'll be showing you that too. We also have this really cute new Scribbled Sentiments winter stamp set that is just adorable and has the perfect phrases for all of your holiday cards. And then last but not least, we have our Poinsettia background stencils. This is a 3-step stencil that is so gorgeous, and we can't wait to show you all of these products. And we are going to start off by checking out the little snow globe dog stamp set. And in this stamp set, there is this adorable snow globe. I'm going to stamp it out twice here so I can show you different ways to use the snow globe. And of course, we have all of these great things that you can add to the snow globe. So we have this little line here that can be your snow, of course. And then we have some cute little preset scenes. So we have this adorable little penguin. We also have this super cute gingerbread man. Of course, we have a little deer who's so sweet. And of course, he could be a Rudolph too. We have one of my favorite images, which is this little snowman. I think he's just adorable in the snow globe. And then we have this cute little house too, which is such an adorable kind of classic snow globe image. Then here we have this tree with a little snow on top, which is so fun too. We also have the phrase joy to you that you can stamp inside of the snow globe. And we also have some really great little snow builders. So this one here is how you can fill your little snow globe with snow. Or you can also use these little tiny individual snow pieces to either fill in more snow or to fill in snow around those characters. And I'll be showing you that in just a little bit. But I love that you have all of these different options with different size clusters or individual snow pieces so that you can create the perfect snowy scene in your snow globe. And here you'll see this kind of pie-shaped piece of snow. This is going to be for the reveal wheel, and I'll show you that in a bit too. This set also has the cutest little dog who's looking up at the snow globe, and then this great piece of furniture that you can put the snow globe on to set really cute scenes. And then I love this little kind of reindeer hat that the dog can wear as well. We also have this cute little wag line that I love to stamp by the dog because it kind of looks like his tail is wagging at the snow globe. We have some cute tiny phrases. We have a wag phrase, and then we also have some great sentiments. So we have let it snow, and also happy holidays in a smaller font, and then we also have a larger font depending on what you need for your card. And in the larger font we have a happy winter, and we also have a Merry Christmas. And then we have the phrase to you, which you could stamp after any of these phrases, which is super cute as well. And then last but not least, we have an exclamation point that you could put at the end of your phrases. So one of the things that you can do with this snow globe stamp set is you can stamp all of these cute little scenes directly into the snow globe, and it's super, super easy to line up. So I'm just going to line it right up there with the edges of the snow globe, and I can stamp down and have this super cute deer inside my snow globe. There's also a coordinating die that's going to cut an opening in the snow globe that we'll show you in just a little bit. So now we're going to take a look at all of those little individual snow pieces that we talked about earlier. So I went ahead and stamped and die cut a bunch of little snow globes with those super cute scenes inside of them. And isn't that just so adorable? I love it so much. And then I've put all my little snow pieces on different blocks so that I can stamp all these different pieces of snow and kind of show you what it's going to look like. So we have that bigger piece of snow here, and that's great for just a plain snow globe that's filled with snow. And you'll notice that I'm stamping this in black. Of course, I would stamp this in a white ink or a blue ink, which would be really cute as well. But I wanted to make sure you could really see it in the video and see how you can fill in all of these little pieces. So here you can see I'm using the different size clusters to fill in spaces around the images. So sometimes I'll use that kind of longer piece or the more kind of a triangular piece to fill in the different pieces of snow, and you can see just how cute it looks. I love that the snow are like these imperfect little circles because there's something about that that I just think is just so pretty. And once you fill in these snow globes, I think they look so cute. So I love that they look cute with or without the snow, depending on what look you're going for. Now it's time to add some fun color to these adorable images from Little Snow Globe Dog. So for the first snow globe, I'm going to be using red, and for the other one, I'm going to be using more traditional brown, like a wooden base. But I love that it's a fun way to bring in a pop of color in your card by changing the color of the snow globe base. And I always love to make that little plate into like a gold color. Now here I have the snow globe in which I already stamped a scene, and so I'm going to color in the cute little deer there, and then I'm going to add some nice bright blue into the sky. And you can see as we add this blue color, the whole thing kind of comes to life, and I think that's just a really, really pretty look. And so I'm going to blend it out from darkest at the bottom to lightest at the top. And then I can go in and add some color to these cute little images, and they're so tiny, they're really fun to color in. You could just use one marker, or you could do kind of two color blends like I've been doing here. I always like to add little rosy cheeks to the characters, especially on the penguin. I think it looks so super cute. And that little gingerbread man is so much fun. I also think it's cute to add a little white gel pen to his buttons because it really makes them pop. Then here I have that adorable little deer again, so we're going to add some color to him. And then for the snowman, I like to put just a little bit of like a light blue or light turquoise along the inside of the stamped image, and it just kind of makes him pop and makes him feel a little bit more special than leaving him just plain white. I'm going to color in the house, which is also another fun way to bring in pops of color like that red door. And then we'll go ahead and add a bright green to that Christmas tree, and I think that is just such a pretty look. And then I'll take that light turquoise and just add a little bit of that color on those snow lines just to make it pop. Now I'm going to add some color to this adorable dog, and I love coloring this dog in because you could color it in like a dog that you have in your life, maybe your dog or a friend's dog. You can look up pictures online. He's really fun to add spots to as well, which is so adorable. But in this case, I wanted to do kind of like a light gray little dog. I think he's so cute. And then I'm going to add some color to this little reindeer hat that he can wear that is just adorable. Then this piece of furniture is so much fun to color it in, and I wanted it to look kind of like a wooden piece of furniture, so you'll see that as I add those colors and I blend them in, I leave some of the streaks in because it makes it look more like wood. You can also bring in fun colors on this, so this could be like a fun different colored cabinet, like a turquoise one or a red one, so it's a really fun way to add some fun decorations to your card by kind of changing up the colors that you use for this little piece of furniture here. So I'm going to add the darker color there to the outside and the handles, and then I'll use a little bit of a lighter shade onto the drawers, and I think this is just looking so cool. You can see how I just kind of keep adding a little bit of shading and then blending it out. Now that we've added some color into Little Snow Globe Dog, we're going to start stamping out Little Snow Globe Bear. And of course, we have that super cute bear who's holding onto a snow globe. And then we have this really fun little scene with a Christmas tree with a star on top that you can add into the snow globe. And then we have a different style of snow that you can stamp inside that snow globe. And you can mix and match the snow from both of the sets, which I think is so cool. In this set, we also have the little individual pieces as well, so that you can fill in around the scenes if you want to add more snow to it. We also have that cute little kind of star snowflake piece. And we have the pie-shaped piece that goes along with the reveal wheel that we'll show you again in just a little bit in that fun design of snow. So I love that there's kind of two different styles of snow. We also have an individual snowflake and a little Santa hat that the bear can wear. We also have this phrase, "Be merry," that's perfect for stamping inside of that snow globe. Then we have the little phrase, "shake," because the bear's kind of like shaking the snow globe, and also "what's shaken." And then the sentiment is, "Be good for goodness shake," which just cracks me up because, of course, that little snow globe is being shaken up by the bear. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the bear 2 more times so that you can see how easy it is to stamp in the cute little phrases and scenes included in this set. So on this one, we're going to stamp in that fun little Christmas tree, and on the other one, we're going to stamp in the phrase, "Be merry." So I think that's just such a cute look depending on what you're looking for your card. And here is a look at how to use those little individual pieces of snow. Of course, you could just let the phrase "Be Merry" be there, or you could fill in little pieces of snow all around it, and that's a super cute look too. And then here, I wanted to show you these stamp sets together so you can see how you can mix and match these different images inside of the different snow globes. So you can use the Christmas tree with the star in the plain snow globe, or you can use the other images in the bear snow globe. So there's so many fun mix and match opportunities. And now it's time to add some color to these adorable little snow globe bear images. And for this bear, I decided to make him a brown bear, which is so super cute. But I think he's really cute as a gray color. He'd be adorable as a black bear or even a polar bear. So there's a lot of different looks that you can add to this guy. And you'll see here that I've added the darker marker towards the outside and then at the little arm and at his legs. And then I'm just blending it out medium to light. Now for the base here, I'm going to do kind of that traditional wooden base on the snow globe and then add that little gold plate right on top. And then for the Christmas tree, we'll do a nice bright green, and of course, we'll add a little bit of yellow there for the star at top. And then for the snow globe, I really like to just add a little bit of that light turquoise marker and then blend it out with the colorless blender. It just makes the snow globe have a little bit of a pop. And then, of course, a nice bright red Santa hat is perfect. Now here we're going to take a look at the little snow globe add-on stamp set. And what this stamp set has is a bunch of phrases that you can add into your snow globe. So we have the Let It Snow, Merry Christmas, we have Happy Holidays, we have Feliz Navidad. And all of these phrases fit in the snow globe, and they're really fun in the reveal wheel because you can have all of the different phrases moving, or you can mix and match phrases with images as well. We also have Winter Wishes and 'Tis the Season, and here you can see how you could add those phrases into the snow globe. So much fun. It's great on a plain snow globe, and it's really great in the reveal wheel too. And our last stamp set is Scribbled Sentiments Winter, and I love these sentiments. They're so cute. The font is so adorable, and they are sized perfectly also to look really great on reveal wheels, which I love about it. And we have Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We also have Season's Greetings and Wishing You Joy. So I love that these phrases are so perfect for both winter and the holiday season. And of course, we've included a little exclamation point that you can add to the ends of your phrases or not, depending on the look you're going for on your card. Next up, we have the coordinating dies for Little Snow Globe Dog, which you can bend apart at the tabs or use your wire snips to separate. And we're going to take these dies and we're going to line them up with our stamped images. Then we can hold them in place with some low tack tape, run it through the die cut machine, and we'll have perfectly cut out images every time. And then here is a look at all of the images from the set. I love these cute little snow globes so much, and they are so adorable when you layer them on top of the furniture. You can also add that cute little hat onto the dog, which just makes it even more adorable. And then one of the other really cool things is that in the coordinating die set, we have a die that's meant to cut out the center of the snow globe. So you could either have a snow globe like the one we have with the deer there on that little piece of furniture, or you can line up this coordinating die with your stamped snow globe and you can die cut an opening into the snow globe. That helps you use it with reveal wheel and also could give you really cute opportunities to make like a little shaker or do other fun things on your card. And here you can see how you can layer the images from the set behind it. So that's why we have the coordinating dies for all of those cute little images, because you can layer them right behind the snow globe. And I think it is so sweet. There you can see the plain snow, which is adorable. And then you can see how all of the other images look absolutely amazing in the snow globe. And of course, you can layer this different die cut style of snow globe on top of that little cabinet as well. And I think this just looks so sweet. Next up, we have the coordinating dies for Little Snow Globe Bear, which you can bend apart at the tabs or use your wire snips to separate. You can take the coordinating dies and line them up with your stamped images, hold it in place with some low tack tape, run it through your die cut machine, and you'll have perfectly cut out images every time. And here you can see all of the images in this set. They are so super cute, and the Santa hat on top of the bear is just too adorable. The other really cute thing is that you can mix and match the hats in the two different sets. So the dog can wear the Santa hat and the bear can wear the reindeer hat. So I love that you can mix and match so many different elements from both of these stamp sets. And of course, just like the little snow globe dog set, there is a special die included in the coordinating dies that's going to cut out the inside of the bear's snow globe. You can see it has that special little cutout for his arm and everything. So we're going to line that up, hold it in place with low-tack tape, run it through the die cut machine, and now you can see that we have the opening in this snow globe. This gives you really, really cool design things that you can do with it, including making a reveal wheel, which we'll show you in just a little bit. And you can layer the cute little Christmas tree from the set into the snow globe. And like we talked about before, you can mix and match all of those cute scenes between the two stamp sets. So you can take the little Christmas tree with a star and put it in the plain snow globe, or you can add the little scenes that come from the little snow globe dog stamp set into the cute little bear. And how adorable is he holding that snowman? I mean, oh my goodness, it is just so cute. Now here I wanted to show you a comparison of what it looks like to stamp the scene directly in the snow globe, or what it looks like to use that coordinating die to die cut the snow globe for the bear. So there's lots of cute different looks you can get with this stamp set and with the little snow globe dog stamp set. Now that we've gone over all the stamp sets and their coordinating dies, we're going to start taking a look at the reveal wheel add-ons for both Little Snow Globe Dog and for Little Snow Globe Bear. We're going to go over how to use them and how to use the templates, and then later on we'll be creating cards with the reveal wheels. They are so cool, so let's check them out. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Reveal Wheel Little Snow Globe Dog add-on. And what this die set does is it lets you add the Little Snow Globe Dog stamp set onto your reveal wheel. It also gives you this super cute little snow globe that's included with it too. So here's the reveal wheel, and you'll see that we can drop that piece right into that puzzle piece opening into the reveal wheel, and that's going to let us die cut awesome pieces that are perfect for adding our Little Snow Globe Dog stamp set to and for creating interactive cards. So now you can see we have that snow globe shaped opening, and of course you can use it with the Little Snow Globe Dog stamp set, or you could use this cute little die cut snow globe that's included with it. So I like that there's different ways. It's really fun to mix and match, and at the end of the video we'll show you some design team samples that are so cute mixing and matching the stamp set with the die cut snow globe too. You'll see that there's different ways to decorate this little snow globe. We have the kind of nameplate version and also those cute little trio of snowflakes along the bottom. Or we can add some tape runner to it and layer it over the opening in our reveal wheel piece. And we'll be going over how to create the entire reveal wheel in just a little bit. But the next thing we're going to do is take a look at the Reveal Wheel Little Snow Globe Dog templates that help you line everything up. So we're going to take the wheel from the reveal wheel and we're going to die cut that from some white cardstock. And then you'll see that in the template pack there are two different templates depending on how many scenes you want. You could use 4 scenes or 3 scenes. And so in this case we're going to be using 4 scenes. The other really cool thing about these templates is you can see we've etched in Little Snow Globe Dog on them so that you know exactly what stamp set they are for. So now we're going to take our template and we're going to line it up with our wheel, and I like to use a couple pieces of low tack tape to hold it in place when I'm going to do my stamping. And these are really easy to line up because they're the same exact size, and they also both have the hole in the center as well, so that kind of helps you line it up just perfectly. Now here I'm going to take out my Little Snow Globe Dog stamp set, and I'm going to be stamping in all of these little scenes. And so by having this template, I'm able to just stamp my scene right in that little window, and I know it's going to be in perfect placement for my snow globe reveal wheel. So here I'm going to turn it, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp the deer. And you could do lots of different scenes. You could also mix and match the scenes with the words, just kind of depending on what you're looking for. So now I'm just going to give it a little turn. I'll stamp the tree in, and then another little turn, and we'll stamp our last image in. Then we can just remove that tape and lift up our template, which we can use again for another card later. And now we have all of those cute images in perfect placement. And I'll show you how to put them on a reveal wheel in just a little bit. But before we do that, I wanted to show you that really cool kind of pie-shaped piece of snow and how that works with the reveal wheel. So I've gone and die cut another reveal wheel, and I'm going to take out that cute little pie-shaped piece of snow. And to stamp it on the reveal wheel, all you need to do is line up the point of that pie-shaped piece with the hole in the center of the reveal wheel. So there you'll see that kind of the point of the stamp is just touching that little hole that's in the center. And then you can just turn your reveal wheel and fill it in with this snow. So there's a couple different ways to use this reveal wheel. You can use it with the images, you can use it with the words, or you can have this snow going in the background. And we're going to be doing both ways in this video. So you'll see I've stamped all 3, and now I'm going to stamp the 4th part here, and that's going to fill in our whole reveal wheel with this cool snow. Now, that looks absolutely amazing, but let's say you wanted it to be super snowy in your snow globe. You can actually take those little individual pieces of snow that are included in the stamp set, and you can just be stamping more snow in there. You can see I'm just filling it in and filling it in more. So you can use the pie-shaped piece on its own, or you can stamp even more snow with those little individual pieces, just depending on what look you're going for on your card. Next, we're going to take a look at the Reveal Wheel Little Snow Globe Bear add-on set. And this set is unique because it has this cool template that's going to help us drop the Reveal Wheel window down. It's so cool. So here is the Reveal Wheel Square add-on, and we're going to add this onto a piece of cardstock, and we're going to hold that in place with some low-tack tape. Then here you'll see the template and the reveal wheel die. This little template has been etched with the words Little Snow Globe Bear, so you know exactly what it's for, and you'll see that little puzzle piece. It's going to fit perfectly into the reveal wheel. Then what you're going to be doing is lining up the die with that template. What this does is it drops the reveal wheel window down, which makes it possible for us to use the bear in a reveal wheel. If the window was at the top, like a traditional reveal wheel, the bear actually wouldn't fit. So I love this template because it's allowing us to have this super cute bear image. So that template there is telling you the placement for the die. You're going to line up the die against that template. Then you'll take some more low-tack tape and you'll use that to hold the die in place. Then you can just remove that template and we'll be able to run it through the die cut machine, and it's going to give you this totally new placement for a reveal wheel die, which is just so much fun. So we've run it through the die cut machine, and now we can remove all the dies, and you'll see that we have this really unique looking reveal wheel opening that's going to still perfectly line up with the wheel, and you'll see how that's going to work in just a little bit. So here we have our little snow globe bear stamp set, and here we have the bear that you can see I've die cut with the coordinating die to make sure that I have the opening into my snow globe. I'm going to add some tape runner onto the bear, and here you can see how he's going to just line up right over that window, and now he's lower down on the card, which is such a cool look. Then we're going to take a look at how the templates work for this. So we're going to take the wheel of the reveal wheel and we'll die cut that from some white cardstock. And you'll see that the templates for the little snow globe bear also have the name etched in. And we have a 3 design or a 4 design. In this case, I'm going to use the 4 design as well. And you'll see that this template actually has kind of an interesting look because all of those snow globes are kind of pointing in different directions. And it needs to be this way because the bear is holding the snow globe at an angle. So when I go to stamp in this template, all I need to do is just line up that snow globe base there and kind of use that as a guide as to how I'm going to stamp my image. So I'm going to make sure that my image is nice and straight with that kind of straight bottom piece of that snow globe opening. So I've stamped in the tree and the Be Merry that's from the little snow globe bear stamp set. And now I'm going to bring in some other phrases there. So you can see I could stamp Let It Snow, and I can also stamp an image from the little snow globe dog. So I can just mix and match them all. Once again, using that template, looking at that bottom flat part of that opening and using that as a guide as to where to stamp. Then I would put my whole reveal wheel together, and don't worry, we'll be putting a whole one together in just a little bit. And you can see how things are gonna rotate in with this bear. I mean, how cute is that? So everything kind of rotates even though he's holding the snow globe at an angle, and even though we've dropped that reveal wheel down towards the bottom. So now that we've gone over all the stamp sets and the reveal wheel dies, it's time to start creating cards. And we're going to start off by creating a reveal wheel card with little snow globe dog. So I've taken out this reveal wheel that we stamped with the templates just a little bit ago. And I've started to add some color to the cute little images that we stamped in all of those little template windows. And now I'm starting to create a sky between these images. And I wanted to show you what it looks like when you connect the sky between these so that you have a nice seamless transition when your reveal wheel spins. And all I do is literally just connect them just like that. So I'm just going to kind of blend through each one and connect them like this. And this is a really great way if you've decided to add color with markers for your sky. Another really cool way to add color for your sky is to use pattern paper, like our Let's Bouquet paper that looks like a beautiful snowy background. You could stamp your images on that and color them in, and that would give you a sky as well. So you could use your markers or pattern paper or colors of cardstock. There's so many cool options. But this is a cool look as to what it looks like to connect the sky. So you'll see I'm going to create the sky around the tree, and then all I'm going to do is just take my markers, blending from dark to medium to light, and just connect them right in between. This is going to keep my snow white and my sky blue as my reveal wheel spins. Now that my wheel is all decorated, I'm going to take out my main reveal wheel die, and I'm also going to take out the reveal wheel little snow globe dog add-on because that's going to give me my snow globe shaped window. Now, my favorite way to add these little puzzle pieces into my reveal wheel is to add some washi tape along the back of my reveal wheel die, and then that little sticky washi tape is going to hold your puzzle piece die in place. And so I just leave the same piece of washi tape on there for years, honestly, and then I just layer in my different windows just like that. So I'm going to pop in that snow globe window, and then I'm going to die cut some of this favorite flannel paper with that reveal wheel. And so now I'm going to have a reveal wheel cover that has the snow globe shaped opening in there. Then I can go ahead and remove that little piece there. I'm going to put it back with my other reveal wheel snow globe die pieces. And then I'm going to take this plain reveal wheel without a window in it, and I'm going to die cut some white cardstock. And this is going to become the base of our reveal wheel. In the reveal wheel, there's also this little tiny circle here. It's kind of like a little backer circle here, and we're going to die cut that also out of some white cardstock. Then the last things that we'll need is a mini brad and some little foam squares. And if you have never made a reveal wheel before, make sure to check out our intro to reveal wheel video. We'll link it in the description below. So to create the reveal wheel, we're going to take the mini brad and we're going to put it up through this smaller backer circle. Then we're going to take our reveal wheel that we decorated, and we're going to put this on the back of the reveal wheel. So you'll see we're going to look at the back, and we're going to take that mini brad, and we're going to put it right up through the center of that wheel. Once you have that in place, you can open up the prongs of the brad, and that's going to help keep everything secure. Then the next thing we're going to do is flip it over, and we're going to be adding foam squares onto that smaller backer circle. And so I like to put 3 foam squares surrounding the brad but not touching the brad. Then we can peel off all of the liner paper, flip our wheel over, and we're going to take the piece that has the opening in it, and you're going to line up your wheel behind it and center your image into the wheel. And you can use any of the images or the words that you've stamped. Then we're going to line that up with the plain piece that doesn't have the window in it, and we're going to line up that whole piece like that, and we're going to press down. And what we're doing when we're pressing down like this is it's actually securing the wheel onto the base. I always like to check it and spin it around and just make sure that it's working. And what's so cool is because we use the template to perfectly line up our pieces, once you line up one image, they're all lined up perfectly. Then the next step that we need to do is add some foam squares all around the wheel, but not touching the wheel, because we want to make sure that the wheel can move freely. I always like to put some foam squares right around that thumb notch opening there, just to make sure that it has a lot of stability for when the recipient is spinning the wheel. Then we can go ahead and peel off the liner paper on all of these pieces. And we can layer the piece with the window right on top. And this is going to create your whole reveal wheel mechanism. I love how easy these are to do, and they are just so cool. So we're going to press that down, and now we can spin the wheel, and you can see all of those cute images moving inside of the reveal wheel. Now we're going to take out our little snow globe dog stamp set, and we're going to take out that little snow globe that we've die cut the center out of it. We did that earlier in the video. So there you can see one without the center die cut. We're going to use the one with the center opening because we're going to have all these little images moving inside of the snow globe. So here we're going to add some tape runner all along the back, and that's going to line up perfectly with the window that we cut into this reveal wheel mechanism. Then once we have that all lined up, you can see how cute the little images are in the snow globe. Next, we're going to bring out some more images from Little Snow Globe Dog, the ones that we colored and die cut earlier. And we're also going to bring our reveal wheel piece back again. And we're actually going to be using the reveal wheel die without a window to create a little ground. And that way, since we're using the same die as we did for the one with the window, everything's going to line up and look great. And so we've die cut some of this Yeti cardstock that's really pretty because it has that fun kind of gold sparkle. And I thought it made kind of a cool floor for this little piece of furniture. So we've gone ahead and just trimmed off the bottom to create a little floor for our scene. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment in this first before I start putting it all together. So this is the Scribbled Sentiments Winter, and you can see what a perfect match and perfect fit it is on the reveal wheel. It's just the perfect size, but I also love that they're great sentiments for any card as well. but it's just nice that it fits perfectly. And so we're going to be stamping out the Merry Christmas. And I'm going to stamp this out in some cilantro ink, which is a really nice green that's going to look really nice with that favorite flannel paper. And we're going to stamp that right onto this Yeti ink. And I just love that Merry Christmas with the gold foil around it. I think it's so pretty. Then all we need to do is just add some tape runner to the back of this piece, and we can layer that down as the floor for our cabinet. I also like using wood grain pattern papers or wood grain cardstock. Those look really cool as a floor as well. Now, one of the things that helps us really feel like an indoor card is creating a little baseboard. And so in this case, I'm going to make a baseboard out of some red cardstock because I like the pop of red with the red on the snow globe. So I just trimmed this down to be about a 1/4 inch wide and just going to add some tape runner onto there. And that's going to give us kind of like a baseboard and the floor and the wallpaper. So it's just a fun and cute design. Then the next thing we need to do is add some tape runner on to this little piece of furniture here. I've been calling it like a little cabinet, and we're going to layer that right under the snow globe. And I like that they kind of overlap just a little bit so that it really looks like the snow globe is on top of this little set of drawers here. And just look how adorable that is with the little changing snow globe. Then we're going to add the cute little dog looking up at the snow globe, which just makes the whole thing. I mean, how sweet is this? For the card base, we're going to layer on some Let It Shine paper, and we're going to be using the B side, which has this really great kind of candy cane stripe, and we're going to layer that onto a standard size card base that's 5.5 by 4.25. Then for my reveal wheel panel, I always like to add foam squares to the back of it because it makes it easier to be able to put your finger in there and really spin the wheel. So we have some foam squares on the back of our whole reveal wheel panel, and we're going to layer that right on to the card base. And oh my goodness, this is looking so cute. Now, the reveal wheel comes with this little arrow here, so I die cut that out of that same favorite flannel paper. And I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the back of that, and then layer that right at the wheel so that the recipient knows what to do when they get the card. I always love having that little arrow there. Then we're going to add on that little reindeer hat that's in the little snow globe dog stamp set, but you could see that we could have added the Santa hat that's in the bear stamp set too. I love that you can mix and match. And then here I have these cute little gems, and I thought they would be adorable on the dog's nose for it to look like he had dressed up like Rudolph. I just think that's just the fun, most cute little touch. And now our reveal wheel is all done, and how cute is this? All these adorable little images are spinning in the reveal wheel. I love all of them. This would just make somebody smile during the holidays. I mean, this is just the cutest thing. I could play with one of these all day. And I also wanted to show you a different version I made of this same card. So on this card, I used the Santa hat instead and stamped Happy Holidays. So I like that you can mix and match the different sentiments, the different pieces of the different sets, and create different looks even with the same design. You could imagine that you could change up the pattern papers and make it more of a winter card instead of the traditional Christmas colors. It's just so fun and so cute, and I just love creating these reveal wheels. Earlier, I was talking about how you could use pattern paper instead of markers to create the skies for your reveal wheel, and I wanted to show you that here. So this is some of our Let's Bouquet paper. It's actually an older design that we've brought back because it's one of the favorites that's requested so often, and honestly, it's one of my favorites, and I'm so excited to have it back. And here you can see that I've die cut that with my reveal wheel. And I wanted to take out some of my little snow globe dog templates. I'm going to take out the one with the 4 windows, and I wanted to use the little snow globe add-on stamp set, which is the one that has all of the little words. And so I'm going to go ahead and start stamping all of those out. And these words are so cute. I love that you could do a snow globe with just words or a snow globe mixed and matched with words and images. And so I'm going to use the template as my guide and stamp words in all of those little openings. And you can see how cute this is looking with the words and also that beautiful bouquet pattern paper. And here I wanted to show you what it looks like when you add a bunch of words into a reveal wheel instead of the images. And how cute is this? I love that this card also uses the reveal wheel square add-on, so you can use the original reveal wheel or the square add-on. And the words moving back and forth is just adorable. I love the green cabinet and how you can change up the colors, and that cute little dog looking up at the snow globe just makes me smile. Now that we've made a reveal wheel with the little snow globe dog stamp set, we are going to be making a non-reveal wheel card. And we're going to be combining it with a lot of fun favorite stamp sets. And so this is Window Scene Winter, and we're going to be stamping out this really cute window scene because we're going to make this whole like indoor home scene. It's going to be adorable. So we're going to stamp this guy out and then add some color with our Copic markers. Once we have the sky and birch trees colored in, we're going to be using the Snow Builder stamp set that's a part of this window scene set, and we're going to be heat embossing some snow over this. So we're going to stamp it out in some clear embossing ink, and we're going to fill in this whole window scene. Then we'll sprinkle on some white heat embossing powder, we'll heat it up with the heat tool, and we'll have these beautiful snowflakes all around these gorgeous birch trees. We're going to put this whole window scene aside and we're going to start working on our snow globe. So we went ahead and stamped the snow globe and then stamped the snowman directly in it and die cut the snow globe out. And we're going to be using those tiny little snow creators to create snow around this snowman. And we're going to be heat embossing these as well. So we're going to stamp it out in some clear embossing ink and we're going to use the different sizes of snow clusters to fill in the space around the snowman. We can then sprinkle on some white heat embossing powder and heat it up, and you'll see how gorgeous it looks to have those beautiful little snowflakes all around the snowman and the snow globe. Now, to help fill in our scene, we're going to be taking out Christmas Dreams and Joy to All as well. So a lot of fun Christmas sets. You can kind of shop your stash to find not only furniture, but also Christmas trees and cute things that you can add to your indoor scene. So you can see that we've stamped and colored and die cut a bunch of these images. And now we're going to start decorating that cute Christmas tree from Joy to All. We're going to add all of the fun little decorations, and this is just such a blast. Once we have the tree all decorated, we're going to look for the window frame die. And this window frame is so gorgeous. You can use it on its own, but it's also designed to work with that Window Scene Winter stamp set. So we're going to die cut this out of some white cardstock and then just add some adhesive on the back and layer it onto that beautiful scene that we stamped and decorated. Then to help decorate the window, we're going to take out some of this Christmas garland. And what I love about this garland is it's great on any card, but it's super, super cute on this window. And so we're going to be die cutting the garland from Noble Fir cardstock. And we're also going to be die cutting a little bow from the set too. And we'll add some detail with a marker and also a white gel pen to really help this little die cut kind of come to life. You can see as you add these details, it just makes the whole thing feel three-dimensional. And we'll do the same thing with the bow too. We'll add some marker there into the center and then some little white gel pen highlights. And then we can layer these both onto the window and you can see that it gives it just the perfect holiday feel. Next, we need to start creating some wallpaper for this cute indoor scene. So this is some favorite flannel paper in the eggnog color, and it's such a pretty color. And we're going to be using this brand new Poinsettia background stencil to create the background. And we are going to do a tone-on-tone look to make it feel like wallpaper. So here we have some antique linen ink, which is a nice soft brown, which is going to be great with the nice soft brown of this flannel paper. The Poinsettia stencil is a 3-step stencil, and we're going to be going over more towards the end of the video and making 2 gorgeous cards with it. And I love that it can be a focal point like in the cards we're going to make later on, but right now we're going to use it as a background, and I think it's so amazing. So you'll see that it's a 3-step stencil, and it has these little etched guides, which makes it really easy to line up. And then all we need to do is just do a tone-on-tone look. So we're going to layer up the ink and start filling in all of those kind of twigs and branches and leaves. And now it's time to take the 3rd step of the stencil, layer it over top, and fill that in. And now you can see the whole pattern and how gorgeous it is. Now that our stenciling is all done, we can start to layer these pieces on our card. So this is going to be a large square card, which is a fun, different type of card, which is really fun to kind of play around with different sizes that really help you create the scenes you want to create. So we've layered on some red cardstock, some white cardstock, and then our beautiful wallpaper. We're also going to layer on some wood grain paper to be the floor, and then a little strip of white cardstock to be our baseboard. Then we're going to take that window that we worked on earlier, we'll add some foam squares to the back, and we're going to layer that into the scene. And now you can see that whole house scene start to form. We've got our wallpaper, our floor, our baseboards, our window. I mean, it's looking just gorgeous. So now we're going to take out those other stamped images that we worked on earlier, like this gorgeous tree from Joy to All, and we're going to layer that into the scene. And I love this part. It feels like you're almost playing with a dollhouse because you're deciding where all the little furniture is going to go and all the cute little images. I just love it. So here we have the furniture that comes from the brand new Little Snow Globe dog stamp set. And then here we have this adorable sofa that comes in that same window scene winter stamp set. So I love that all of the furniture can mix and match together. We're going to add the super cute little dog that comes in the new Little Snow Globe dog stamp set. We're going to give him that fun little reindeer hat and layer him onto the sofa. And then we're going to add our snow globe right on top of the furniture. And this is a way to integrate the snow globe into a cute scene that's just adorable without using the reveal wheel. That couch has a little pillow. There's something about adding that pillow that is just so sweet. And that little dog there is from Christmas Dreams, and he's a really cute match to the dog in the little snow globe set. And we're going to add that cute little present right next to him too. We're going to use a sentiment from Little Snow Globe Dog. We're going to stamp that out in some red ink and then die cut it with a banner die. And then we're going to add it into the scene. And I love this because it's going to kind of overlap the window. And I think it just looks so beautiful like that. And oh my goodness, am I loving this so much. Then the next thing we need to do is add this on to a card base. So this is a 5.5-inch square here, and we're just going to layer that right on top. And oh gosh, I just love this so much. This scene is so gorgeous, and this was a recreation of a card by Tammy, so thank you so much, Tammy. This little scene is so fun. It was so fun to mix and match some of my favorite stamp sets and all the little furniture together and the poinsettia background as the wallpaper. Oh, I just love it. And here is a fun comparison seeing how to use the Little Snow Globe dog with the reveal wheel and without the reveal wheel and the different looks and scenes that you can get with it. Oh, I just love it so much. And now that we've been playing with the dog version, we're now going to play with Little Snow Globe Bear. And we're going to start off by making our reveal wheel. And for this card, we're going to be using the Reveal Wheel Square add-on, and we're going to be lining that up over our piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use some low-tack tape to hold that in place. Then we're going to be using the Reveal Wheel Little Snow Globe Bear add-on, and this is the one with that cool little template that we looked at the beginning. And you can see it's labeled there with some etching. We're going to put that piece right into the puzzle piece, just like that. And then we're going to take our little die there, and we're going to push that up against that little stencil template. And that's going to give you perfect placement for your window so that we can drop the window down so that the bear fits on a reveal wheel, but it still works perfectly with the wheel. It's just so cool. Then we can take this whole thing and run it through the die cut machine, and now we're going to have a square reveal wheel with the perfect shaped opening that's been dropped down to work perfectly with our bear. So I've die cut this out of white cardstock because I wanted to do some fun ink blending to create a really cool winter sky. And so I have Salty Ocean, Salvage Patina, and Uncharted Mariner. And I'm going to start off with my medium and light color first. And so I'm going to bring in this blue color here to the top, and then this turquoisey color is going to overlap it and then kind of fade out into white at the bottom. And then I'm going to bring in my darker blue color and just kind of accent the top of the card. And then I'll work my way back through the colors, making sure that everything blends in together nicely. Then I'm going to take a spray bottle and spray some water over this whole inked image, and it's going to react with the ink. I'm going to pick it up with a paper towel. You can see I'm kind of pouncing the paper towel, and it's going to create this really cool kind of blustery feel. And then for even more snow, I'm going to use some white acrylic paint. I'm using Copic white here because that's what I have, but any white acrylic paint would do. I'm going to put some on my mat and spray a little bit of water to thin it out, and then I can pick it up with my paintbrush and tap my paintbrush to create really fun snow splatters all over my scene. You can see I'm creating all this snow there, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit more and just create some more splatters all around, and I think this is looking so cool. So I'm going to set this whole thing aside to dry, and I'm going to start working on my reveal wheel. And for this reveal wheel, we're going to die cut it from pattern paper, and I'm using some of the favorite flannel paper, which is so cool. It's such a pretty navy color. It's going to make for a really fun sky. And then I'm going to use one of those pie-shaped pieces of snow. There's two different styles. There's the one in the bear set and the one in the dog set, and you can interchange them. So I could use either one on the bear card or either one on a snow globe card. I love that they're interchangeable. In this case, case, I'm going to use the one from the bear set, and I'm going to stamp it in some clear embossing ink. I'm going to line up the little point of the pie-shaped piece with the opening in my reveal wheel, and then I'm actually going to sprinkle on some of the white heat embossing powder first and tap off the excess before I do my next stamping, because I couldn't really see my stamping on this piece of pattern paper with the clear ink. So I'll move on to my next one. I'm going to line them up, and then I can stamp it down and once again sprinkle it with some heat embossing powder so that I can see where it is to move on to the next part of my wheel. And then we're going to continue to repeat this. So we'll stamp down, sprinkle on our heat embossing powder, and then move on to the last one. Now it looks great like this, but I decided I wanted to make it even more snowy. So I'm going to use those little individual snow stamps that are included in the stamp set and just keep filling in snow. So I'm stamping in a bunch of places, and then I'll sprinkle on some more heat embossing powder, kind of take a look and decide if I want even more snow. And I do, because it's just so fun. I kind of get addicted to stamping in all of those tiny little snow pieces. And I'll keep sprinkling it on, and now we can go ahead and start to heat it up, and you'll see it becomes this beautiful bright shiny white, and I just love how this is looking, and wait till you see how it's going to spin behind the snow globe. It's so cool. But for now, we're going to put this guy aside, and we're going to go back to our awesome ink blended sky that we created and start adding the rest of the decoration. So I'm going to take that reveal wheel square add-on and die cut some pixie dust cardstock so that it's the same exact shape and style of the piece that I already added ink to. And then I'm going to take a stitch till side border and die cut a cute little hill that I can layer on the bottom. So we can just add some tape under to that and layer our sparkly snow ground that cute little bear is going to be standing on. Then I'm going to bring out that bear and a bunch of the images from both the bear set and the dog set. I decided on the snowman because I thought it was cute with this whole snow theme. And what I'm going to do is flip that bear over, and I'm going to be layering that die cut snowman scene onto this little opening here that's then going to layer onto the reveal wheel. So I'm going to add some tape runner to the back of this bear. And then I can go ahead and layer on my little snow scene. So here you can see I've got my little snowman there, and he's going to layer right into that opening. So we cut the opening with the coordinating die, we cut the snowman scene with the coordinating die, and now we're layering it behind just like that. Then we can take the whole bear and layer it over the reveal wheel opening. This is going to allow for that snow to spin behind the snowman, but the snowman's going to stay stationary. So it's a way to get a totally different look out of this whole reveal wheel concept. I went ahead and die cut a base for this card using the reveal wheel square add-on without the window inside. And we also have our wheel that we worked on earlier. We have our smaller backer circle, and we're also going to bring in a little brad and also some of those small foam squares. Then we're going to start to form our reveal wheel mechanism. So we're going to take the brad and we're going to add it to that small backer circle. Then we're going to take that whole backer circle, we're going to put it on the back of the decorated wheel, and we're going to have the brad come up through that center, and then we're going to open the prongs on the front of the wheel, securing everything in place. Then we'll flip the wheel over, and we're going to add 3 foam squares around the brad, but not touching the brad, onto that small backer circle. We can then peel up the liner paper. Now, if we had stamped images on this wheel, it would be really easy to line up. We would do it just like we did for the dog card. But in this case, it's just random snow, so there's nothing to really line up. The cool thing is that the reveal wheel was designed with these cool embossed lines that the die creates for you. So I'm actually going to take the die and use that as a guide there so you can see it better. See those little embossed lines? You're just going to shift in until you don't see them anymore, and now you're in perfect placement. So you'll just kind of shift it out. I'll see the embossed line and then shift it back in. So now I'm going to take my pattern paper. I can see the embossed line. It's just a little hard on camera with the pattern paper. I'm just going to see that line, shift it right back in just a teeny bit. It's going to be in perfect placement. We're then going to line it up with that base piece, which was die cut with the same reveal wheel die. So we know that everything's going to line up perfectly. And we've now secured our wheel in place, and you can see how cool that is with the snow moving. We can then take off our decorated piece and add some foam squares all around the wheel but not touching the wheel. And I always like to put some foam squares right at that thumb notch opening just to give it a nice secure place there to make sure that everything's nice as the recipient plays with it. We'll peel up the liner paper, and now we can layer this whole framed piece over top. And we have our reveal wheel mechanism formed in a totally different style. So you can have images move, you can have words move, or you can have snow move. And look how cute that is. Oh, I love it so much. I thought it would be fun to decorate the top of the card, so I'm going to use this new sparkle garland, and I am obsessed with this die because it has this really fun vintage feel. So I'm going to die cut all of those little stars that we can layer over top out of some holographic cardstock. And then remember how we had that piece of pixie dust cardstock that we cut the snow from? Well, I'm going to be using the rest of it for my sparkle garland, and I'm actually going to use some of these double-sided adhesive sheets. I love these because it's like a whole sheet of tape. So I'm just going to cut a piece to be the size of this square piece and just about the height there of our sparkle garland. I'm going to peel off one end of it and I'm going to stick it to the back of my cardstock. And this is essentially making my cardstock into a sticker. And this is a really easy and fun way to be able to add on delicate dies like this. So I'm just going to line that right up, and then I can flip it over and take my sparkle garland and line that up right there where I added the adhesive. The other cool thing about lining it up this way is it's going to be the exact perfect size for my reveal wheel since they were die cut with the same die. So I'll hold it in place with some low tack tape, and then we'll run that through the die cut machine. Now my sparkle garland is cut, and on the back we have that awesome adhesive, so all I have to do is peel up that liner paper, and now it's like a little sticker, and it's so easy to add. So I'm just going to layer that right to the top there, and I love that it has that same sparkly cardstock as the snow. And then I'm just going to use some liquid glue to layer on my little holographic pieces, and I think it's just looking amazing. Next, I have a 4¼ by 4¼ inch card base, and I've also die cut a piece of Blue Jay cardstock to be the same size. And so I'm going to add some adhesive to that and then layer it onto the card base. Then to add my whole reveal wheel mechanism, just like we did in our dog reveal wheel, I like to put foam squares on the back so that there's lots of room to be able to spin that wheel, and then we can layer it onto that beautiful navy cardstock. Next, I die cut the little arrow that's in the reveal wheel, and I'm going to add some liquid glue to that and then layer that right by the wheel, and that's in that same beautiful holographic cardstock, and that way the recipient knows what to do. Then the next thing I need is a sentiment, so I am going to take some black licorice cardstock here. We're going to prep it with an anti-static powder tool and then stamp the phrase Happy Winter from some clear embossing ink, and then we can sprinkle on some white heat embossing powder and heat that up with the heat tool. We'll then die cut that with a sentiment banner, and now it's going to be the perfect size for adding on to our card. Then once we layer it on, this card is all done, and it is so super cute. I absolutely love the look of the snow spinning behind that cute little snowman. It's so fun. I love the pattern paper reveal wheel. I love that I was able to ink the whole background, and it was so fun to use that new concept of the reveal wheel with the drop down window. And next, I just wanted to show you a comparison of all of the different reveal wheels that we've kind of looked at so far. In this reveal wheel, we have it with all words. Of course, we know we can mix the words with the images. In this other reveal wheel, we have all images that move. And then in the last reveal wheel, we have the snow that moves behind the image. So I love that there's so many cool and different ways to use this die. And next up, Shari is going to show you how to use this adorable bear on a non-reveal wheel card. So take it away, Shari.
So I'm creating a card today with a little snow globe bear set, but I'm also pulling in some images from Den Sweet Den and Christmas Dreams to create a cute little scene. I'm using the Knock on Wood coffee table paper, which is this light brown with a wood grain print. And I'm going to trim this out with the largest stitch rectangle die. Once I have that stitched rectangle, I'm also going to pull out my stitched dens dies. And I'm taking the second largest den, and I'll be cutting a window opening in this panel with that den. Now I have my cute little den opening, and this will be the home for my cute little bears. I'm also using some pattern paper. I'm pulling out my favorite flannel 6x6 paper pad, and I'll be using that really light teal color. And then I'm also using some spiffier speckles. I'm going to go with the green with those gold speckles. That will be the floor of my den. So I'm just lining this up with a card base to figure out how much I need for the floor, and about an inch or so is going to do it. And that'll just give me that little peak of a floor for my bear to stand on. Then I also have this scrap piece here, and luckily it fits right in that window perfectly. And I'll just adhere these to my card base. So I'm going to start with my piece that is the floor here, just adding some adhesive all over the back lining it up with one corner, and then I can trim off that extra 1/2 inch that's overhanging the side. Then with my favorite flannel, I'll do the same thing, and I'll just butt the bottom of this right up against the floor or that spiffier speckles paper. And then again, I can just trim off the excess of that favorite flannel paper. And then that little white that you see at the top is going to get covered up by my piece on the front. I added some foam tape all over the back of this piece where I cut out the din opening, and I'll just pop this onto my card base, and now I have some dimension between the opening and the background. Next, I'm going to work on the sentiment for my card, and I'm using the new Scribbled Sentiment stamp set and some chili pepper paper. I'm adding that sentiment to the block, and I added that little exclamation point as well. I've already prepped my paper with some anti-static powder. I'm stamping it with some clear embossing ink, and then I'll add my white embossing powder. And then I can just clean up a little bit. I had some stray powder. I'm going to take a paintbrush and just kind of brush that away. Then I can use my heat tool and heat this up, melting that powder, getting that bright white sentiment on that red paper. Next, I'll take a sentiment banner die, and I'm going to cut this out to where I have a straight edge on the left side. This way my banner can kind of anchor to the top left corner of my card. I'm adding some foam squares to the back, and I'll just pop this up in the corner, and then I'm going to trim off the excess. I did scoot it over a little bit more than I had cut my banner. Now I can pull out all my images, which I've already colored and cut out with their coordinating dies, and I can start to create my little den scene. I've got this stack of books, which I'm just layering into this bottom left corner. And then I'm going to put the little cookies and milk and letter to Santa on top of that stack of books. I also have this cute little candle that I'll add to this little arrangement in the corner. And now I'll move to the right side where I have my really fun Christmas tree. I've put foam squares in the middle and then a little bit of liquid glue at the top and the bottom since this overlaps that opening. I'm adding my little presents under the tree, and then of course this cute little sleeping bear, which I will add with some thin foam squares. I just think that's adorable, sleeping under the Christmas tree. Now for my bear with the snow globe, I'm going to add the little Santa hat that you can put on him from the set, and I'll put some foam squares on the back so that he can be popped up as well. He's going to be right in the middle of my scene, in the middle of the den. So I'll just pull off the liner paper and pop him right in the middle, and he fills that space very nicely. And then I have these little stockings, and I wanted to kind of hang them off the bottom of the sentiment. So I'm adding some foam squares to the back so they're popped up just like the sentiment banner. And I'm just going to add them with a little bit of liquid glue and that foam square to that sentiment banner hanging down. And I was going to add all three, but I felt like this one was kind of hanging off the edge and I didn't like the spacing. But I found the perfect place for this little stocking to go so it didn't go to waste. I'm going to add it down here with the little presents, and I think that really completes this little composition in that bottom corner perfectly. Of course, no Christmas card is complete without some glitter in my opinion, so I've got my Stardust stickles and I'm just going to add some glitter accents to pretty much everything on this card. I added it to the star and the ornaments on the tree, the presents, the stockings, the little hat on the bear, the tree and the snow globe, and even the books. And here is my finished card, and I just think it's so sweet. I love this little scene. It's the perfect way to use that stitched din and combine all these really fun sets.
Oh my goodness, Shari, I love this so much. It is so super cute. And now that we've created things with all of these awesome stamp sets and new review wheel die sets, we're going to take a look at our Poinsettia background stencils. And here I wanted to show you how they have an etching in there that says number 1, number 2, and number 3. And this is going to help you know the order in which to use them to get the perfect image with this set. So we're going to take the largest of the outside in stitch rectangles here, and we're going to die cut some white cardstock and start using this stencil. And so of course we're going to take out the first stencil, which has a little etched marking of a number 1 there, and we're going to line that up, and then I'm going to hold it in place with these magnets. Then I'm going to take some lawnfawn lobster ink and I'm going to ink over these beautiful poinsettias. So you can see this is kind of the base of all of these flowers, and I'm going to fill the whole thing in with this nice bright red ink. Then I can lift up the stencil and you can start to see this pattern forming. So now I'm going to look for stencil number 2. And you can see this stencil has some etched guidelines on there that are going to help you line it up. So you can line up those little etched poinsettias with the poinsettias that you've already inked onto your card. Then once you have it in perfect placement, you could hold it in place with magnets or with low-tack tape, whatever your favorite way to use stencils is. And now I'm going to come in with some Noble Fir ink, which is a nice, beautiful, kind of darkish green. And we're going to layer that all over these leaves and twigs and little like pine boughs. And so we're going to layer that right on top. And now we can lift up our stencil and look at how gorgeous this pattern is. Oh, I love it. Now we have our number 3 stencil. Also has those etched guidelines so that you can easily line it up with the things that you've previously inked. And instead of using ink this time, we're actually going to use some gold paste. And this gold paste is so gorgeous and it's so pretty for Christmas in this stencil. So I'm going to take some of that paste with a spatula and I'm just going to start smearing it over the whole stencil. And you'll see that I'll just keep moving the paste around, smearing it over everything. And then if I need to add a little bit more paste, I can. And I did over there in that corner. I'm making sure that it's all nice and smooth. And then I can pick up my stencil and wait till you see this. Oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. I love it so much. And so I let it dry and look how beautiful that is. And then I also wanted to show you a comparison to what it looks like to use the stencil with all inks instead of with 2 inks and then paste. And so here's that example. So I love that you can get so many different looks, tone on tone like we did earlier, a bright green look like we did with the one on the left, or with the paste I think is such a fun look too. Now, I was so proud of this background that I didn't want to cover it up too much, so I decided to use my Magic Holiday Messages, which are these circular shaped messages that work great in Magic Iris, but we're going to be using it just plain on a card, which is going to be so cute. So I went ahead and stamped that in clear embossing ink, and we're going to sprinkle on gold heat embossing powder and heat it up, and the gold embossing is going to look great with that gold paste that we used. We're going to use the coordinating die that comes with that Magic Holiday Messages set and line it up, and now we've got this beautiful sentiment in a nice stitch circle. Now we're bringing back that awesome poinsettia background that we created there, and we're just going to add a little strip of gold glitter cardstock. It's 1 inch thick, and we're just going to add that just about in the center of the card. And I love all of this gold paste and gold sparkle. I just think it's so pretty for the holidays. Then we'll take the sentiment that we heat embossed and we're just going to add some foam squares on the back to give it a nice pop, since this is a pretty simple card. And we're going to layer that over that band of sparkly cardstock. The next thing we're going to do is add some tape runner to the back of this, and then we're going to layer that on a standard size piece, 5.5 by 4.25 of red cardstock. And I love how the pop of red just kind of ties everything together. We have the red sentiment, the red poinsettias, and then the red card base. Then here we have a standard size card base, 5.5 by 4.25, and we're going to layer this whole panel on top. And this is a really simple card that packs a big punch because it is just so gorgeous. I mean, look how sparkly and stunning it is, and I just have so much fun using this poinsettia stencil. Next up, we're going to use the poinsettia in a bit of a different way, and when I saw this card by Audrey, I just fell in love and we had to recreate it for the video. So this time I'm going to use my stamp wheel to help me do some of my stenciling. You could also use that magnet board or just some nice tape to hold it in place. But I'm going to line up the number 1 stencil of my stencil onto my card, and I'm going to be using a bunch of shades of kind of pinky red colors. I have bubblegum, guava, and lobster. And I'm going to be using these little finger brushes to help me ink on because I don't want to ink up the whole stencil. We're actually just going to use part of the stencil, which is what's going to give this such a unique look. So the first thing I'm starting out with is adding a layer of the bubblegum ink, which is my lightest pink, and I'm going to layer that over some of these little poinsettias there, but not all of them, because we're just going to kind of put it in this kind of upper left-hand corner. Now I'm going to move on to my guava ink, and I'm just going to go in the center of the poinsettias and then just kind of move out a little bit. And this is going to give each one of my poinsettias kind of like a shaded look. I'll also do that a little bit on the ones that are just kind of peeking in from the side there. And I love how easy this is to do because you just stencil one color and just add a little bit to the center with those little finger brushes. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So now I'm going to take my number 2 stencil, and I'm using those etched lines to help me line it up. I'm going to press down, and the stamp wheel is going to hold it in place. And then I'm going to start doing some more inking. And in this case, I have 3 shades of green. I have freshly cut grass, cilantro, and noble fir. I'm going to start off with my lightest color and another little finger brush here, and I'm going to start going over the leaves. So I'm kind of picking and choosing the little elements in this stencil. So right now I'm just picking leaves. And I don't worry too much if some of the colors overlap onto the pine boughs or the little twigs, because it actually looks really pretty when they overlap. Now I'm coming in with my darker green and just pouncing over those leaves to give them kind of like a bit of a shaded effect. And then with that darkest green, I'm going over all of those little pine boughs. Then for the twigs and the centers of the flowers, we're going to bring in walnut, which is a dark brown, and you'll see that we're going there. Once again, I'm not too worried if some of these colors overlap. It just adds to the whole feel of it, and I just think it's so pretty. And now we're going to lift up, and you'll see how beautiful that shading looks just by kind of brushing over the edges of those leaves. Now, I got a little bit of ink where I didn't intend to, and I just brought out my sand eraser, and I was kind of amazed at how easily it took that ink off. I did it right away, and I was able to just take off any excess ink. So these little sand erasers are really nice because I didn't do it exactly perfect, and I wanted to make sure I could kind of take off that little excess there. Once I have all of that done, then I can work with my number 3 stencil. I'm going to use those etched lines again to help me line it up. And then once I have that lined up, I'm going to once again use my finger brushes. In this case, I'm going to use some lobster ink, which is a nice bright red, and I'm going to be going over all of those like little details and berries. So it's the details of the poinsettia and the little berries on those twigs. Then I'm just taking more of the ink and just pouncing it on kind of on the edges of the leaves. So it's just all one color ink, but I just added a little bit of extra to some of the areas, and that gave it that cool shaded look. Now here I'm going to take out the Scribbled Sentiments Winter, and I'm going to take out Season's Greetings, and I'm actually going to cut my stamp set in half. That way I can kind of stack these 2 phrases, but if I ever want them to line up again, I can just line them right up, almost like a little puzzle, and they'll fit perfectly. So now I have 2 ways I can use my Season's Greetings. And I'm going to pick it up with this like little thing here in the stamp wheel. You could of course stamp it with an acrylic block too, but I'm going to ink that up with some nice lobster ink, a nice red, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp that. And I love the idea of using part of the stencil because it's really almost like highlighting the sentiments, kind of surrounding the sentiment. I just think that's just so pretty. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is take out some of our pieces that we're going to use to create our card. So we've got a piece here that's 5.5 by 4.25 of that same Ballet Slippers pink cardstock, and then a piece of that Let It Shine paper that we used on the dog card at the beginning. We're going to be using some of that too. Now, I loved how Audrey did this. She went in with a white gel pen and added the details onto the inking that she did with her stencil. And I think this is just so gorgeous. The stencil already has all of these cute little like dots and things. And so I went ahead and just layered over those dots with white gel pen and then just added little highlights to the leaves and all these different little elements. And I just think that's so sweet. And then I'm going to add a little heart here. It's one of these little Dress My Craft hearts, but my son likes to dump them all out into a bowl. So I just fish into the bowl trying to find different shaped little pieces that I want to use. And so I finally found a little heart, and I'm just going to add some glue to the back of that and then layer that right by the Season's Greetings. And I thought this little touch that Audrey added just made it feel so special. I trimmed an inch or so off of that little piece here, and I'm going to be layering that onto the card. So there's just a little bit of that red and white peeking out. And Audrey does this on her cards a lot, and I think it's just such a fun way to use pattern paper or washi tape by just adding this little piece on the edge that's peeking out from your panel. So we're going to layer that onto our main panel. That's going to be the 5.5 by 4.25. We're also going to layer this whole thing onto a card base of the same size. And then we're going to be able to layer our smaller decorative panel over top of that. And when we layer that panel, we're going to use some foam squares behind it just to give it a nice pop. Then we can layer that onto the card base and we are all done. And this is so cute. It was such a fun thing to add the kind of inking details to all of the different elements and add the shading and just use part of the stencil. Oh my goodness, I just had such a blast making this, and I had such a blast creating all of the cards in this video. They are so much fun. I love the reveal wheels. I love the non-reveal wheels. And next up, I'm going to show you incredible incredible cards by the design team. And first up, we have a beautiful card by Shari. I absolutely love this reveal wheel. It has her little dog Scout that she colored below, and I love how all of the cute little scenes change and the little garland that she added over the top. Next up, we have such a wow card by Grace. I love how she incorporated the bear with all these other cute bears from other sets. And as you spin the wheel, not only does the snow move, but the color changes in the wheel too. And I cannot wait to try this. Here, Audrey was so creative and she created a shaker card out of her snow globe. How amazing is that? I love the little shaker bits in there. I think this is such a cool idea, and I can't wait to make shakers out of both my snow globes and my bear snow globe too. And here's an example of what that looks like. Here, Megan created a fun little shaker with the bear. Oh, and I just love it. This card by Grace is so beautiful. I love how she combined all these different sets, and she has all of those snow globes up on the furniture. I think that's such a fun look because it looks like one of those cute collections that people have and display at holiday times. This stencil card by Callie is so beautiful. I love those bright poinsettias. And then this card by Lynette is so creative. I love how she used the light string to create a whole little garland of snow globes. This card by Maureen is so much fun. I love the pink, and as you spin the wheel, you get all of the cute little images in the snow globe with that sweet scene. These tags by Tammy are amazing. I love how she used the bear to replace one of the letters in all of these different phrases. I can't wait to make tags just like these. I mean, oh my goodness, I am just in love with them. Next up, Megan made an awesome tall slimline card, creating a really cool scene with the brick stencil and that beautiful snow globe. Oh, I just love it. And then here, Mindy shows us that that cute little bear is perfect for platform pop-ups too. I love the floating snowflakes all around him. And then this slimline scene by Elena is so sweet. I love how she brought in other favorite bears into the scene. And then here, this reveal wheel by Mindy is so much fun. I love how she has that cute little Christmas tree in the background and the little girl and the dog playing in the foreground. And then here's the card by Audrey that we created today. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. And then I love how Elise lined up all the snow globes and then created a cool poinsettia teal background. Oh, I just love that idea. Oh my goodness, this card by Yanea is so sweet. I just love these little scenes so much. And then here, I love how Tammy added the bear to our giant Let It Snow. How cool is this? Oh, I just love it. And then here is the card by Tammy that inspired us to make ours today, and I love how she combined the furniture from different sets. I think that just looks amazing. I love how Yanea layered pattern papers to create a cute focal point for her little bear who has a shaker snow globe too. And then these snow globes all lined up on Maureen's card are so much fun, and I love the bear at the bottom saying "What's shaken?" That is just so sweet. And this card by Callie, oh my goodness, I love the soft colors and the fun reveal wheel with all the little doggies below. This card by Letitia is so fun. I love the poinsettia background with that fun little mug. And then these cards by Elise are so sweet. I love that these would be a great card to mass produce, and how she stamped the little snow in the snow globe and has the sentiment kind of being the star of the show. Letitia's Clean and Simple card is another card that would be perfect for mass producing for your holiday cards. I just love it. And then this stencil card, oh, so beautiful with the snowflakes layered over. I love all the red. And then this card here by Lynette is so much fun, and I love how she combined the bear with the die cut letters to say "Let It Snow." And oh my goodness, we cannot wait to see what you guys create with these products, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!